up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the stream. Free Agency Frenzy Day 1 stream. This is going to replace our mock draft Monday stream. So I know I usually say that I'm doing a draft every Monday leading up to the draft in April. Well, I guess I lied. Guess I'm not doing one today. We might end up doing a mock draft today because you know how we get to cutting up in the chat. And I'm sorry that I missed last week. The boy was dealing with strep throat. The ebbs and flows of being a school teacher. The boy was there. That's an adolescent ass sickness. But I had to make sure that I was recovered and well rested for the moves that I was perceived to think was going to be partaking today. The fireworks that I was led to believe not only the Washington Commanders, but the rest of the NFL were going to be setting off come the legal tampering period being started at noon. And, you know, while the NFL, the rest of the NFL has had a couple of fireworks, a couple of big name signings. I don't know if we can call it fireworks for our Washington Commanders like Ian Rappaport said it was going to be. Even you guys' godfather like John Keim. When John Keim started to say, oh, yeah, the Washington Commanders are going to be in a couple of these big names. And then the article came out from Jeremy Fowler yesterday. I'm sorry if I got a little excited. I'm sorry. Blame me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Lock me up. I'm sorry if I got a little excited and thought that we might have been having one of the spending sprees and the shopping sprees of the early 2000 years with Dan Snyder. But I'm not going to say that it's been anything but it hasn't been that. I wouldn't say that it's been fireworks per se, but the Commanders have made a couple of moves, with the biggest move, I believe, being that they signed pass rusher Odafe Oweh, formerly known as Jason Oweh, to a 4-year, $100 million deal with $68 million guaranteed. So let me go ahead. I'm going to look into the chat. Before we get too deep into the stream, though, y'all already know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm going to say. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, flood the comment section, flood the chat. Because as I've always said, this is a stream that's made by me, but it's ran by you. I ain't coming here with a script. I ain't coming here with anything pre-planned to say. You guys are going to dictate exactly how this stream rolls, and how we do today. You guys are going to dictate all of that, and what we do today. So let's get into it, man. Give me 1 second while I'm messing around with this new StreamYard layout. But how we feeling about the Odafe Oweh move? Let's see. Let's tap into the chat. Let's see what the chat's talking about. Oh, remember, as you can see on the ticker at the bottom, yeah, you can support by smashing that like button, smashing that subscribe button. But you really can support by going ahead and sending a super chat. We're going to give you the rightful attention that you deserve. You're going to go ahead and jump the front of the line. And it's getting a little packed. It's getting a little packed up in here in the chat room, as you're about to see in a minute. But if you really want to support the channel, the Cash App donations at the bottom. You can go ahead and send a super chat as well. You can jump the line because we give super chats the rightful attention that they deserve over here at Bleeding BNG. But let's see what they're talking about in the chat. My man Anthony Flores was on it early. He said the Commanders haven't done nothing to improve our team. It looks like we are heading to another losing season. I'm not going to say that they haven't did anything to improve their team, but I'll be lying if I tell y'all. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all know how I was reacting come 1 o'clock today, come 12:30 today, when we hadn't did anything but re-sign Laramie Tunsil, which I have been an advocate for. But we got to stop fooling ourselves, bro. This roster was Swiss cheese, right? So even if you don't want to compare yourself to, you know, the years of Dan Snyder, I wouldn't mind having a little Dan Snyder type spending spree this year, right? Because we have the holes that need it, and we have the cap space that can give us the capacity and the capability of signing some of these guys on these top name free agents, like we were rumored to do prior to today, right? So for Odafe Oweh to be the biggest name that we've signed so far, it is a tad bit underwhelming if I'm being 100% honest with ourselves. But we got to remember we still have a ton of cap space, even if you think that we overpaid Odafe Oweh, which I'm gonna get into now. Because I'm not here to tell you that we're wrong for overpaying Odafe Oweh. The highest sack total that he's had in a season is 10. He's coming off of a 7.5 sack season. He's coming off of a season where he just got traded for a 7th round pick, right? So Odafe Oweh's value was in the pits, right? When he got traded from the Baltimore Ravens to the Los Angeles Chargers. But he did do a damn good job rebuilding that value. I think he had 7.5 sacks over the course of the last 7 games. And he showed some of that dynamic pass rushing ability that he had displayed in his 10 sack season, which I believe was 2023 with the Baltimore Ravens. And this is a guy that has always had untapped potential that I believe that he's never really touched. And I'm a bit skeptical. If I've always been skeptical. We got to understand, and I know I'm about to go on a tangent here. We got to look at an NFL age. This is the stance that I had with Terry McLaurin that you guys couldn't seem to like deviate away from, right? We got to look at NFL age compared to a regular age. Like that shit is like prehistoric, right? The NFL athlete doesn't age amazingly. Yeah, they age better in 2026, right? So I'm skeptical because even if Odafe Oweh is young in the grand scheme of things, he's young in life and he's young in terms of being an NFL player, right? But I don't know if a guy is going to, I'm always hesitant of a guy having a career breakout at 27 and 28 years old, right? Give you a prime example of why I am. Last guy that we had that had a breakout at the age of 28 was Frankie Louvu. Yeah, y'all can talk about how you knew about Frankie Louvu prior to him being a Washington Commanders. Frankie Louvu's best year of his career was 2024 with the Washington Commanders. And then he reverted to Frankie Louvu's old self this past year because Frankie Louvu didn't have a horrible year, but he gave you in 2025 what he was giving you prior to 2024. And that's why we look at him as like, damn, like, what the fuck was up with Frankie Louvu this year? We got to understand that 2024 was the anomaly for Frankie Louvu. And that's just one of the key examples of why I'm always been hesitant of guys breaking out around that age, 27, 28. I don't know too many 29-year-old breakouts, but there might be some. Master Andrew, shout out to you in the chat. Master Andrew said that if there is one thing I noticed from all the signings today is that you must overpay, and IDK if AP is willing to do that. Odafe shows us he is. Maybe it tired him out, and he went to bed. It might have tired him out. And as I was saying before I went on my tangent, I'm not here to tell you that we didn't overpay for Odafe Oweh, but one thing we got to understand, we got to understand how markets work, right? And that's one thing that I've always been cognizant of. Is one of the reasons why I was able to buy a crib at the age of 25 is because I just know how markets work, right? So once blame the Carolina Panthers for if you deem that we overpaid for Odafe Oweh, Jason Oweh, blame the Carolina Panthers, right? Because once they signed fucking Jaelan Phillips, who is a damn good player, I would have loved if Jaelan Phillips ended up being a Washington Commander, but then I saw that he signed for $30 million average annual value, a 4-year, 125, what was it? A 4-year, $120 million deal, coming off of a 5-sack season with the injury history that he has. Jaelan Phillips has a torn Achilles, and now he's making $30 million average annual value. They clearly bought the NFC East hype. They clearly bought the Philadelphia Eagle hype. And one thing that a lot of people not acknowledging, Jaelan Phillips fell off after that first month with the Eagles. So if you give me a solid month, a good play, and that make me $30 million, these are all the reasons why I want to jump off a balcony because I ain't make the fucking NFL, bro. If I can give you a good month and that results in me making $30 million a year, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I can't do enough streams in the world, bro. Like, there are still quality guys left, but the longer we got, more worried I get. We really think that the problem is injuries, even though DC media says they know it's more than that. Yeah. Because as I've already alluded to and admitted on the stream, I was crashing. Y'all follow me on. Matter of fact, let's pull it up, bro. Let's pull it up. Y'all want to hear me talk about it? Let's pull it up. Let's see how I was chatting prior to the Odafe Oweh signing. And this is one thing that I need people to realize that, yeah, we signed Odafe Oweh. I'm an advocate for the move. I am. That don't make up for us playing fucking tiddlywinks for the first 4 hours, right? So if we can look at some of my tweets, this is all the reason why y'all should follow me on Twitter. This is all the more reason why y'all. If you want to see somebody cut up in real time, I'm your guy. I'm your guy. Yeah, it's like, damn, bro. Do you have a job? All right, here we go. Damn. So I'm out here. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at all these other guys getting signed. Yeah, I was going through a crisis, bro. Out here crashing out at the Meek Robinson signing. I said the Commanders needed to get younger, so you know what that means. Make their first outside signing a 28-year-old 5'8" corner. Fans started to call me out, call me impatient. Then I realized those were the same fans that think the name is coming back. So it all started to make sense. Yeah, I was going through it, bro. Then we signed Odafe Oweh and it made things a little better. I called Josh Harris a broke bitch. I did call Josh Harris a broke bitch today, as you can see on the screen. I did say that Adam Peters was hoarding cap room, like he can spend it on himself. I did say all of this. I did. It was me. I'm embarrassed looking at these tweets. No, I'm not, because that's how I felt in the moment. And y'all know one thing that we not going to do is hide some emotions over here at Bleeding B&G. But yeah, that's how I felt at the beginning of free agency. Yeah, so if you want to go see somebody crash out in real time, pull up my tweets from 12 to 4:15 today. What's up, gang? What's up, Lisa? How are you, bro? Whoa. Hey, I can't even tell you calm down, raise hell. As you seen, I was talking about it as well. I was crying. I called him worse. I call Adam Peters worse. And y'all know I'm the biggest advocate. I'm the biggest let AP cook content creator that there is. I'm an AP apologist to a point, but nah, I can't. They was playing Chutes and Ladders for the first 4 hours. I don't know what the fuck they was doing, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And that leads me to the next signing. We can talk about Amik Roberson, who was our first outside signing, with the Commanders signing him to a 2-year, $16 million deal. But before I get to Amik Roberson, let's see what they're talking about in the chat. What's up, chat? David Bard, I love it. You love the Odafe Oweh sign? I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. Futuristic Willie, what up, gang? This the stream that's really having motion. Oh, yeah, we back on Twitter. So you know the motion back. I told you. Them numbers started looking janky because Twitter wasn't posting on the stream. We back, though. Them numbers looking right. Go ahead, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Send a super chat if you want to. I wore the suit. Hey, if we get another 10, I might wear a different suit. If we get another 10 super chats, I might wear a different suit come mock draft Monday next week. I think Njoku to the Ravens would be a good move for us after we lost Likey. You're a Raven fan, Colin? Colin, you be in here holding it down. You a Raven fan? I wouldn't mind that move for y'all. I honestly think Njoku still probably is a better football player than Isaiah Likely. While I wouldn't have been mad at an Isaiah Likely for the Commanders, he gives us something that we don't have. Ain't like I'm punching the wall that he signed with the New York Giants. I don't know what a lot of our fans saw in Isaiah Likely to the point where they thought that he was better than Kyle Pitts. And I had to argue him down for an entire weekend to the point where niggas didn't even realize that I wasn't advocating for us signing Kyle Pitts. But you're not about to sit and tell me Isaiah Likely better than Kyle Pitts because he got some untapped potential and he older than him. Like, what? What logic do y'all? My man Georgie Porgy put in pie. Like my man Georgie Porgy said, smash that like button. I think we and that subscribe button. I think we are getting Odafe as he is ascending. Even if the big swings were genuine, then I'm happy we took it. Even if we didn't hit, I agree. To an extent, because if that is the case, George, we gotta acknowledge though. I do think that we gotta acknowledge that. If that is the case, I'm not saying that it's true, so I'm not even saying that we got to do it right now. But if that is the case, we might have to acknowledge that AP might not be able to close the deal. He eventually closed the deal with Terry McLaurin, which I know I was in favor of. I think that I ain't even gonna do that because y'all swear I hate Terry McLaurin. I think that the team won that side of the negotiation as far as the Terry McLaurin contract saga goes. But if AP starts to get a rep that he can't close a deal, like it's been reported that we were the final team for Alec Pierce to decide between the Indianapolis Colts and the Washington Commanders, with us even offering them even more money. I don't know how true that is, because to me, Adam Peters has shown the tendency now over the course of 3 day ones of free agency, right? That like he's frugal, bro. He's cheap, bro. And I have a hard time believing that Alec Pierce was going to be the guy that they broke the bank for, especially when he gave Terry McLaurin such a hard time. Which I'll admit, he did give Terry McLaurin a hard time, even if I agree with Adam Peters and the result of the contract negotiations. He gave Terry McLaurin a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time. I have a hard time believing. I know I'm saying hard. I'm spamming the shit out of hard time. I'm spamming a hard time just as much as Odafe always spammed that leap and cross chop. Go watch his highlight, bro. That's his favorite. Like he be frozen in the air. That's his favorite move, bro. But yeah, the market is super juiced right now, Owen. Shout out Owen Welly. I appreciate you spending your Monday evening, your Monday night with us over here. $100 million deal don't even make it the top 10 for facts. The market is super juiced. That's what happened when the cap jump up to 300 mil. You crashing out today had me crying at work. I was right there. Yeah, I was going through it. I'm glad I could provide some type of entertainment. I'm glad that somebody could laugh, because I couldn't. It wasn't me. Y'all, like I said, if y'all want to go back, if you didn't watch it in real time, because I know some of y'all are responsible adults and put your phones away. If y'all want to go back and watch it in real time, go look at my tweets between 12 and 4:15 p.m. today. Whew, it was not a pretty sight. If Brian Thomas Jr., I throw him a set. I would as well. Go, hey, if you haven't, shout out my guy Ryan Schaefer. I don't know if he watched our episode already, our mock draft off-season, or our mock off-season episode that we dropped yesterday. And if you're watching this stream right now, if you haven't watched our mock off-season episode, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You need to go ahead and do that right now. But yeah, that's a move that we actually made in our mock off-season episode last night. Because this is one thing that, if it's true that we were in the market for, or in the running as a finalist for Alec Pierce and all of that, right? If that is true, right? I'm going to have a hard time believing that Adam Peters wouldn't be in on buying low on Brian Thomas Jr. at a dip right now. I've seen people in my responses to my video say that it was reported that, and I don't know how official it is, because first it was reported that they were only offered a 4th round pick. Then it was reported they were only offered a 5th round pick. I haven't seen that. But guess what, bro? If you pair Jayden Daniels with Brian Thomas Jr., your offense might be ready to go to the moon. For a $1.1 million cap hit towards the cap this year. I'm taking Brian Thomas Jr. at a $1 million cap hit over Alec Pierce at a $30 million cap hit every day of the week. It just is what it is. So if you're really wanting to improve this team, and give Jayden Daniels as many weapons as possible, because you haven't done it yet. You haven't fucking done it yet. Matter of fact, you took away some of his guys when you took away his center, who I wasn't a big proponent of, but you did take away the quarterback center. Then you might have to chalk up a little draft capital for Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, let it be in the future. But this one thing that I said on Twitter today that I ain't really get a lot of pushback on. What's the difference between trading for a 23-year-old, which Brian Thomas Jr. is, and drafting a 23-year-old, which a lot of these niggas are in this draft, especially the ones that you're going to give up for pick 71? What's the difference? One of the reasons Brian Thomas went so early in the 2024 draft was his age. He was 21 years old. He put up 1,300 yards in his age 21-year-old season. You know who hasn't put up 1,300 yards ever in their career? Let me be quiet before y'all start leaving the stream. Let me be quiet before y'all start logging out the stream, because y'all know how y'all feel about that guy. Ant-Man4894, appreciate you. What's up, gang? How you? Appreciate the love. As always, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, flood the chat. super chats get the rightful attention that they deserve. They jump to the front of the line. And yeah, I appreciate y'all spending your Monday evening, your Monday night free agency frenzy day one with us over here, Bleeding Me and G. Resale lab players only going to get more expensive. Plus, JD5 contract is on the horizon. So when are we going all in with that? All that cat. Plus, we don't have that many. I agree. That's one of the reasons why I'm crashing out, because I'm starting to realize like it's a portion of fans in the fan base that love to think they're the smartest niggas in the room, right? They love to think they're the biggest brains in the room. And I just want to tell y'all, if y'all watching this stream right now, just because you an old nigga, bro, don't mean that you got to show us how wise you are, bro. Because like y'all calling fans and telling them that they crying and they crashing out about us not doing anything for the first couple of hours of free agency. That don't make you a cool guy, bro. Like that don't make you tough. That don't make you a ball knower. It doesn't. Because y'all were probably the same ones come day one of free agency last year that were talking about, oh, just sit patient. We got all this cap space and we ain't do jack shit with it, right? And it's the thing. Last year, I was one of those guys. Yeah, I'm reacting differently after we had a disastrous season. I'm sorry that I want to change up the approach. What the fuck? I'm sorry that makes me a bad guy that I want to change up the approach so that we don't have another fucking 5-12 season. Y'all just want to keep running it back. Y'all love mediocrity. Run it back and have another 5-12 season. Or just hope that we can catch lightning in the bottle like 2024. The only season in your life that has been like that in the last 25 fucking years. I'm sorry. I had to go off on that little rant right now. I don't like seeming like I'm better than most fans, and I don't like when they start doing it. It's a portion of the fan base that's starting to think they can get their shit off because we popping on X. They think they can get their shit off by acting like they can outsmart me when talking this football thing, bro. You ain't never gonna win that battle, bro. You gonna get ratioed every time. Some dude was in my mentions today, said, oh, after we signed I'm glad fans can stop crying now. I quote tweeted that nigga in a heartbeat, bro. I said, what the fuck you get out of shaming fans? Where do we get out of shaming fans that don't want to deal with another fucking disastrous season? Like, what do we get out of that? I just want AP to get a team a chance to thrive. I agree, bro. I agree. I appreciate you. Mobby. Yeah, we getting Rachaad White now that Donald's going to Pitt. But I know who he getting at 7, and you and Rio, 2 Washington creators, top 2 Washington creators out right now. Love it. I appreciate that, Commanded All Gang. I appreciate that. Man, at this point, I just want to give Jay and Daniel somebody. Y'all, I have not been an advocate of signing Rachaad White. Even a nigga like me who wears glasses. Like, I'm struggling and shit to see this big ass screen right now. I think I got better vision than Rachaad White. My vision blurry as shit. I think I got better vision than Rachaad White, right? You thought Brian Robinson ran into his offensive lineman's backs. Get a load of Rachaad White. But I will say this. He is an elite pass catcher. But it's gotten to the point where it's kind of a tell when he's on the field that you damn near throwing the ball and you damn near throwing the ball to him because that's all he can do is like a check down artist. He don't be like routing dudes up or anything like that. But if Jay and Daniels want him, if he like it, I love it. And at this point, I'm just trying to get him anybody. What's up, Dubs family? What's up, gang? Appreciate you. My man George Linderbaum and Pierce got pretty big deals. Yeah. The market is inflated. If y'all haven't heard my point on me talking about the Jason Oweh signing or the Odafe Oweh signing, we were always going to overpay for Odafe Oweh after the Carolina Panthers gave Jalen Phillips $30 million average annual value for a fucking 5-sack season for a month of good football. Like, we need an edge. I'm still of the belief that we need all the help at the edge that we can get. in my mock off-season episode, I had it signing 2 edges. I still think a guy like Arnold Ebiketie. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name. Shout out to all the Africans out there. From Atlanta, I'm hoping that he's still a guy that we might be interested in. Because do y'all realize prior to today, we had 0 healthy edges on the roster? Like 0. Like less than 1. Like Gilbert Arenas. Like 0. And speaking of 0, one of the reasons why I was crashing out today is because the first outside signing that Adam Peters made was signing a fucking slower Mikey Sainristil. And y'all know how I feel about Mikey Sainristil. And if you don't know who I'm talking to, I'm alluding to Amik Roberson re-signing him to a 2-year, $16 million deal with $9.3 million guaranteed. And the reason why I said another Mikey Sainristil, this nigga shorter than Mikey Sainristil. And I didn't think he could get shorter than Mikey Sainristil at the NFL quarterback position. We out there throwing up. We got the fucking Smurf unit out there at the motherfucking DBs, bro. And it's the thing. Because I love how everybody talking about how, bro, he clamped up Jets. Y'all realize that was a season going on 2 seasons ago? The reason that y'all only know about it is because it happened on Sunday Night Football. Y'all don't know that Amik Roberson was dog shit when he first got drafted, and when he went to the Las Vegas Raiders at the time, he was ass. Then he caught lightning in a bottle. Not going to lie to you. And had a solid year and a half with the Detroit Lions. Then he reverted back to being ass last year with the Detroit Lions as well. Ranking 110th out of 114th as far as corners go for PFF ranking. And I know y'all say what you want about PFF ranking. They ain't that far off. Even if he wasn't 110th first quarter, nigga, he was in the ballpark of the 90s. And this was the first outside signing that we had. This was the one that made me want to fucking throw my. I think I did throw my phone. I think this was the one that made me throw my phone. Like, bruh. We saw Mikey Sainristil get physically outmatched, physically outclassed all season just to go out and sign an older, slower him. Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? And not only was it the move in itself as a singular move in re-signing or signing Amik Roberson, right, for $8 million a year, but then fucking 15 minutes later, it's reported that Jamel Dean signed to, who did Jamel Dean sign? Whoever he signed to, he signed for only $12 million a year. You're not about to tell me that fucking Jamel Dean at $12 million isn't better than fucking Amik Roberson at $8 million. Jamel Dean was one of the top fucking outside corners this past season on the boundary. Sorry, it was dudes trying big brain. It was dudes. There we go. Like, you not, damn, the Steelers got him. As if they don't have enough fucking corners. We got more cap space than the Steelers. And they get Jamel Dean at $12 million a year. You're not about to tell me. I'm not going to let you tell me. Like, we can fight, bro. That Jamel Dean at $12 million per year, average annual value, wouldn't have been better than Amik Roberson at $8 million per year. We asked AP to be an AP and not a G. New G-Shock. Young Lamborghini. Then they got AP playing Marco Polo for real. AP knows he had to spend after 5 and 12. I mean, is just Odafe always spending? Is Amik Roberson and Odafe always spending? Then you wasting cap on fucking Marcus Mariota, bro. Like, I like Marcus Mariota as much as the next man, right? But I'm at the point you signed him to a 1-year deal, and the 2027 draft so loaded that, God forbid, I'm gonna go ahead and pray to the shrine later today. If Jaden Daniels does go down again, bro, we might as well tank the season, bro. Because all Marcus Mariota is going to do is give you another fucking season where you're not bad enough to have a top 5 pick. And the only way he's going to get in is if 5 goes down. Would be such an amazing pickup. Imagine him, Terry, for 1 year, and Ayuk on a low deal, man. Terry for 1 year. Big emphasis on the 1 year. This Terry McLaurin's last year in Washington. $100 million in cap space, and AP couldn't get a single certified difference maker. This guy ain't it. Missed the boat last year when we were supposed to be a destination team. Now free agents aren't rocking with us. DC Sports. I don't know if I'm not following the ledge, DC Sports, but I'm on there with you. I'm on there with you because, yeah, while I like Del Dolphy always signing, he's not a difference maker. He's not a difference maker. Not by any means. Let me see. Yeah, I was holding us down. Crash Out Squad, I was holding us down today. They was trying to come for us. I was holding us down today. That ain't. Oh, no. What is that? I'm gonna find it. They was trying to come for us. Oh man, stop the crying. You know they gotta act like they're the most patient niggas in the world. Like they Erykah Badu or some shit. Like they sit and drink tea. Oh man, why are you whining, nigga? This team been ass for 30 years. Stop telling me to be patient, nigga. Stop. What is that? My man, Sweet Peter Jeter, JT Money. Shout out JT Money. JT Money usually is a supporter of the channel, supporter of the page, and we usually have amazing discourse. But he was in my mentions like, yeah, we just sound always so y'all can shut the fuck up. Whoa, buddy, what? Crying after 4 hours of the tampering period. Bro, this roster Swiss cheese, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Roster been ass all my life. Are we really shaming fans for an appropriate response to them twiddling fingers for 4 hours? And you talking like Jason Oweh or Odafe Oweh makes us instant contenders? Ain't it, bro? I'm sorry. It ain't. And he not the difference maker that's going to get me to shut my fucking mouth. Amik Robinson ain't either. Re-signing Marcus Mariota ain't either. Now, if AP really want me to scrub these tweets from earlier, because, you know, I had the fan base behind me. My phone was freezing at work. I was about to get fired. I had the fan base behind me. If AP really want me to scrub these tweets that I made earlier. What is that, bro? Go get me Devin Lloyd. Tell AP, bring me Devin Lloyd, and I'll scrub all them tweets from earlier. Because I was dragging smut on your name. I will admit. Both of them on rookie deals. They're friends, good chemistry. Yeah. But these are all things that I was saying in my mock draft episode yesterday, Ryan. My mock offseason episode, excuse me. Raiders and Titans showing people that you can actually spend money in free agency. And this is what I don't get, bro. Why are we acting like we not the Raiders and the Titans? We've been asked just like them outside of 2024, bro. Outside of 2024, we are the Raiders and the Titans. We need to spend money. We had more cap than the Raiders and the Titans. The Titans got two of the cornerbacks that I wanted today. Now, that Alontae Taylor contract was a little crazy. Was a little insane. Alontae Taylor at $20 million a year? Goddamn. But Cordell Flott, 3 for 45 or something like that? We couldn't do that? Get the fuck out of here. We signed Amik Robertson. Someone like Shalihi would have been huge. He wasn't even that expensive and pretty young. He would have been 5 times better than Debo as a wide receiver too. Y'all preaching to the choir, man. I agree, fam. AP hasn't impressed me at all with these moves. Yeah. Me neither, Rich Network. Man, if White's the best RB out there, then go for a Love. Man, I tweeted today, George, because y'all know I have not been an advocate for drafting Jeremiah Love. I love Jeremiah Love. But I think we need to improve at so many places. But when we were rumored to be one of the favorites to sign Tyler Linderbaum, kiss my fucking ass, bruh. I'm just going back in the Rolodex in my head, going back to the Rolodex of shit that we were told prior to today, bruh. I get why I know why I was crashing out in real time. Y'all got my expectations high as a bitch. Y'all like my director in my major, what they call the dude that like run your major in your college? That nigga gave out the most false promises in my life. He told me I was gonna be on ESPN one day. Nigga started avoiding me the rest of my tenure in college. Y'all give out more false promises than that nigga, bro. Like, what are we doing? But getting back to Jeremiah Love, when we were rumored to be the favorites, Ian Rappaport talking cryptically about us being in on Tyler Linderbaum, I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. That might get me to finally be on board with drafting Jeremiah Love, because even if I wouldn't prefer at that point bringing Jeremiah Love in over some of the defenders that might be potentially left on the board, at least it would show me that this team has an identity. They try and put up fucking 50 points on your head. But now I don't know what the fuck the identity of this team is. I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Where is it at? I know exactly what the identity of this team is. We back to being this again. We back to being another year Jaden and the Pips, man. Another year of Jaden and the Pips. And if you wonder how another year of Jaden and the Pips is going to make me feel, there you go. Another fucking year of Jaden and the Pips, man. And this is all the more reason why you should be following us on social media, because you're not getting this type of comedy from any other content creator in real time. Not a Commander content creator. At some point, something has to give. Rivera killed us the worst way. And he did, right? And that's why I understood Adam Peters not breaking the bank and going all out first couple of years, because the foundation of this roster was some dog shit. When is the foundation going to be better, though? If you want your foundation to be better, you can't miss on 3 second-round picks like a Johnny Newton, like a Ben Sinnott, and a Mikey Samerstill. Because once your foundation of your roster is better, oh, we got a super chat. I'm sorry that I missed it. I'm sorry, Dubs family. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and give you the rightful attention that you deserve. I appreciate the super chat. I know it's March, but we got like, bro, talk about it. Talk about it. We got the luck of the Irish ass cornerback room, bro. I'm head topping our cornerback room. I'm dead ass. Might not be able to run a route worth a damn. Give me a goal line fade on a Meek Roberson and Mikey Samerstill. I'm coming down with that bitch every time. And you got me fucked up if you think I'm not. What? Them niggas not strong enough to jam me? What? What? That's a great point, Dubs family. We got the luck of the Irish ass, leprechaun ass. Shout out to all the leprechauns out there. Shout out to all the Irish people out there. But it just is what it is. I don't want leprechaun cornerbacks. I'm sorry. Oh man, here we go. Let me catch up in the chat, because I see some bullshit. I want chicks. Me too, brother. Me too. Let's. If you don't sign tonight, we gotta go to sleep praying for Chig or Conqueror, bro. Because we gotta get Jaden Daniels somebody. Signing a 5'8" corner to pair with our 5'9" quarter. Bro. They must think this lowly. They must think this intermediate ball 125. Pick his bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God forbid if Trey Amos go down. Can you imagine AJ Brown against Mikey Samerstill and fucking Amik Roberson? I'm the biggest Malik Neighbors fan, And I don't even think this nigga about to come back and ever be Malik Neighbors ever again. Malik Neighbors on one leg is torching these niggas, bro. George Pickens dunking on these niggas every play, bro. Adam is genuinely ruining this team. Don't be mad if Jaden don't come back. If they give Jaden the bag, he coming back. All right, here we go. This the bullshit that I seen. Man, PFF don't be far off. Did I not acknowledge that with Amik Robinson? They not 60 positions off, bro. Because guess what? Even if they were 60 spots off, Amik Robertson would still be in the 50th best cornerback, bro. Like, you thought he was good last year? Amik is a dog if you watch him play. Now, I haven't watched Amik Robertson play. I just gave you his entire career background, but now I haven't watched him play. Have you watched him play? Did you watch Amik Robertson when he was with the Las Vegas Raiders getting fucking cooked? Didn't even make it through his rookie contract with the team. Did you watch him? You clearly heard my spill. You clearly heard my spill because you was responding in real time. Did I not say that Amik Robertson caught lightning in the bottle with the Detroit Lions when he first got there? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. There's a reason why. If I'm not, I'm going back to fact checking now. Oh, he made it through his rookie contract. But guess what? There's a reason why he didn't resign. Because guess what? Even after he made it through his rookie contract in 2024, Amik Robertson signed a worse deal than he did today, with inflation included. The Detroit Lions signed him to a 2-year, $9.5 million deal. He be strapping Justin Jefferson. Yeah, that's because he know him in high school. What other top DB do y'all remember? If I was going against a nigga since high school, bro, I'd be able to get some plays on him too. And those were amazing plays that I've already acknowledged that he did. But the only reason that y'all talking about is because that's the only nigga that y'all remember him clapping, and it happened on Sunday Night Football. So what are we really talking about? Y'all acting like dudes don't have outer body experiences. I saw fucking Jeremy Reeves run down Bijan Robinson. That shit will probably never happen again in my life. I really want to know what AP's plan is. This roster has just as many holes as the Raiders, plus we got no extra picks. So are we tanking in? Because not even prime. Yeah, I don't know where we still at. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. Dean is turning 30 at a position that ages terribly. And Amik Robertson is at 28 at a position that ages terribly. 28 is all of a sudden some young corner now? Bro, I'm not fucking with today. If that's fucking with today, I'm not fucking with today either, gang. Can we finally just admit that maybe the problem is no one just wants to come to our team? Like, we hear the AP is some high quality guys, but they say no thank you. Sound like they know we ass. Master Andrew, that's not a horrible theory, right? The only pushback that I'm going to give you is that if that's the case, do these NFLPA grades don't mean shit? Because we graded out as the third best overall grade, right? We are led to believe like, oh, guys are going to watch this and look at these and want to come here, right? And we topped out this top 3 this past year, right? And if it is the case that those grades don't mean shit, then I don't give a damn if they're leaked anymore. I was a little like tight when they said that they weren't going to be releasing them anymore because I'm like, no, because like it's about to work out in our favor because I knew that we were on the come up because we couldn't go anywhere but up. I was like, all right, no, we ain't about to stop hiding them once Washington is about to be put into a good light. Like, we ain't about to do that. But then we stopped leaking them. Oh, they stopped releasing them. Then the one that leaks has us in the top 3. And now it look like free agents aren't beating the door down to come here. So, I mean, what is it? How do we let the Raiders get a top wide receiver, 2 top? Who else the Raiders get? What wide receiver the Raiders get? I know they got Lindenbaum. Well, who else the Raiders get? Oh, Jalen Naylor. They got Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker. God damn. God damn. I was honoring National Nap Day. My bad. I must have missed these. What the fuck are the Raiders on? What the fuck? What are the Raiders on, bruh? What? I did not know Quay Walker. They signed Quay Walker and Dean, bro. When did that happen? Oh my god. Bro, the Raiders about to be nice as shit, bro. What the fuck? Shit, I would have taken Mike Evans at that 20 million. Yeah, if you want to tell me we wasn't gonna do shit else, I would have took Mike Evans too, gang. Not gonna lie, fam. I'm kind of hurt right now. That can change, but I'm bummed. What we gonna have to do to make it change for you? Because we really know ball. Talk about it. We really know ball over here, Bleeding BNG. Talk about it. No name here today. Dan Snyder spent money and wasn't shit for 20 years. We don't even know what good roster building looks like. So does that mean continue not to spend money? The Patriots spent money last offseason and made it to the Super Bowl. So I'm missing your point. So are we using 20-year ago data or 10-year ago data? Shit, 5-year ago. First of all, Dan Snyder ain't paid since Bruce Allen came into the building. So we got to stop with that bullet. Once Bruce Allen got there, we were bargain shoppers, right? So at the latest, it was data from 2009. We're using 17-year-old data. I'll take the data of the New England Patriots spending a fucking bag last year and making it to the Super Bowl over your 17-year-old data. I'm sorry, no name here today. But you're not wrong. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, does that mean, like, don't spend any money? Bro, are you a teacher? Yes. Yes, I am. Why? What did I say? It gave away that I was a teacher. We couldn't pull Tyler Algier signing all over the Cardinals. I mean, I didn't necessarily want Tyler Algier, but I mean, hey, it goes along the lines of we can't close a deal. All right, I'm gonna give it about 13 more minutes on the stream. Go and end it around an hour. Y'all go ahead, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. If you want to flood the chat section, if you want your question answered, your comment answered, or replied to, first super chats, get them replied to first. But go ahead and send them in now. Couldn't be honest, but then not saying anyone besides Roman here had the most cap in the league. Amik Robertson is a good CB. Y'all tripping. Amik Robertson was a good corner for his first year and month in Detroit. Go look at the Detroit Lions against the Dallas Cowboys last year. And y'all gonna be, and I know your pushback is gonna be, dude, it's the Dallas Cowboys. It was George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. You're gonna say some lame shit like that, and then you look up and realize, oh, those are the same dudes that we got played twice a year. The fuck are we talking about, bro? PFF ranks Amik as a bottom 10, but we don't know what the fuck we're talking about, right? What, bro? But then they're gonna tell you PFF is horrible, brother. Yeah, so he's gonna go PFF so bad he's gonna go from the 110th worst cornerback to a top 20 corner. Is that what you trying to tell me, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Also, we got to get so why are the top names typically at the top of the PFF list? Like the dudes that we know are the best football players. Like Quinyon Mitchell was a top 3 cornerback across all metrics. He looked like a top 3 cornerback this year. Y'all just want to knock PFF when it don't fit your narrative. Now, is that shit accurate always? No. But we not about to act like these niggas be so far off that the 110th ranked corner should really be ranked 15th. Like, stop. Also, we got to get a tight end in free agency. When's the Chig Is it gonna land? You saying when like it's inevitable, George? Is it gonna land? Rio over here trying like these picks ain't that bad and just running through the Brandon Ayuk highlights right now on his live. What picks? Damn. Shout out my man Rio, but I hope we ain't resorting to the Brandon Ayuk 2023 highlights. I hope we ain't resorting to them to try to make our point, not the 2023 joints. Because while I'm all for signing Brandon Ayuk, it better be on a fucking 1 year prove it deal. Shit, I had that in my mock offseason tweet that I had today. And niggas was mad that I gave him an $8 million deal. I'm like, what? Y'all think that's a lot of money? But guess what? If it's a damn near shoe-in that he's going to be a Washington Commander and we're the only team in the market and in the bidding war, that might be a overpay. Because if he desperate, hey, sign that nigga to vet minimum. But if Brandon Ayuk is the only signing that we make for the rest of the offseason, yeah, nah. We need help. They thinking this is Pee Wee football. Yeah, that's why they went out and signed a 5'8" and 5'9" corner. Oh, yeah, they did re-sign Tim Settle. Personally, I think it's an overpay for Big Tim. I'm glad that he's back. Nice little feel-good story. I'm glad that Tim Settle's back. But, I mean, I think he can fit this defense. I'm excited to see him in a one-gap scheme. I think, honestly, the prior regime or whoever was here when he was a rookie, I think that they did him a disservice. With putting him in a two-gap scheme, I think that didn't fit to his skill set. But I don't know. I'm paying him $8 million a year. I don't know about that. But I'm glad that Tim Settle's coming home. I am glad that Tim Settle's coming home. Shout out to him. But I guess these are fireworks they was talking about. That penguin dance about to hit he still do that joint? That joint was swaggy when you was 22, nigga. You 29 now. Tim Settle still do that joint? Amik not it. We should have just waited for the draft and got Buddy from LSU. Amik couldn't even make it to LSU. He talked about it, so don't even act like I'm coming for it. My guys, he's want to give AP Power for doing simple things before. Like, yeah, I don't know, bro. And y'all know I'm all for letting Adam Peters cook. I'm not delusional though, and I'm not for like these old ass niggas. Yeah, I turned 30 this year, right? And yeah, I ain't a YN no more, none of that, right? I'm big bro, right? I ain't unk yet. I'm big bro. But I pray to God that as I get older, I'm not one of them niggas that act like because I'm getting older, I gotta fucking act like I'm the most wisest, calmest nigga in the room, bro. No. All I do is make you old, you old ass nigga, bro. Oh man, be patient. No. Man should have signed Reed Willen. Did he sign with somebody yet? I don't know how Reed Willen would fit in this game, to be honest. I think Reed Willen best as a press corner. And one of the things I do like about Amik Robertson is that he does have some chops in off coverage. Amik is a dog. I think Lab and Pitt mix, but AP, come on, bro. AP is in them. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my. AP low-key turning into Ernie Grunfeld. Interesting analogy. Very interesting analogy. AP strap Judders when he had 9 throwing to him. Come on, rest of his career shows bros are definitely. Exactly. Jalen Naylor. I mean, Miami was like the #1 ranking in those grades, and it's the Dolphins. Miami was the #1 rankings is what? No, all right. See, this the shit, bro. To get off the stream, bro. Like, Niggas been watching this stream. Niggas been on this channel for 5 years. One thing you not about to tell me is that I don't know football, bruh. You not about to tell me that, bruh. You not. They go the big brains that I be talking about. Now all of a sudden, because I'm not acting like Amik Robertson is elite corner. I don't know football. Like I ain't insult you like that, bro. Get that shit out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Give Jaden some help, wide receiver, tight end. He can't be Superman again this season. Facts. Jaden and the Pips, though. Look like we're going through another season of Jaden and the Pips. Preach, Ant-Man. Chig, Lloyd, will be straight. Out of those, I just want Chig and Lloyd, to be honest. I ain't saying we straight after that, but I'm not as high on Dobbs as y'all are. And I just don't think Woolen is a scheme fit. Because some of y'all think Romeo Dobbs is going to come in and be like a shoe-in wide receiver too. I don't know. I don't think that that's inevitable. I think that it can happen. I do think that it has the potential of happening. But was Romeo Dobbs like the wide receiver too in Green Bay when Jaden Reed and Christian Watson were healthy? And to be honest, is Romeo Dobbs going to be the guy that's going to be the best wide receiver in your room if we eventually move off of Terry McLaurin? Or are you spending the 7th overall draft pick on that? Y'all let me know. These are questions that we got to ask. I would have taken Shaheed. I would have taken Shaheed too. The same thing lies with Shaheed. Same thing that I just said with Romeo Dobbs. Dobbs might be a better overall wide receiver. Shaheed gives us something that we are lacking, though, as a deep threat. Because relying on a 31-year-old Terry McLaurin is just so deep threat, I think it's fucking insane. But I need succession plans from Terry McLaurin. I think while Alec Pierce, I don't think Alec Pierce is better than Terry McLaurin, excuse me. But I think that pairing him with somebody else would have made for a solid wide receiver room, right? He's the wide receiver one in Indianapolis now. It's the reason why they got off of Michael Pittman, right? So I think that would have been a solid enough succession plan. But a lot of these guys that are available now, shout out my guy or my girl, not my guy. That's my guy. C. Bryant 101. We are 100% drafting a wide receiver round 1. Shout out to the channel. I appreciate your support, C. Bryant. I agree wholeheartedly. Look at what I told my brother today. I said, because he was crashing out. He worse than me. Y'all think I crash out? He worse than me. I said, after today's moves, though, I think they definitely drafted a wide receiver. I think right now, if I was to read Adam Peters' mind, I think he really wants to trade back and be able to still get Jordan Tyson. Adam Peters, he know that Jordan Tyson is the best wide receiver in the draft. Like y'all should know because I've been telling y'all that for 3 months. And he would want to. I can see a philosophy where he wants to get the best talent at the wide receiver position while still being able to trade back. Let somebody else buy into that Carnell Tate hype. I don't know if anybody picking Mekhi Lemon over Jordan Tyson now, but some idiot would definitely pick Carnell Tate over Jordan Tyson. Would Jaquan Brisker slightly move the needle? I mean, he would. But I don't want to give him a bag either. I don't think he's that type of player either. Like I don't think anybody available in free agency would have been a singular signing that was going to be moving the needle. But once you make these as like cumulative moves, and once you look at it from a big picture, so if you step back and look and say, outside signings, Amik Robertson, Odafe Oweh, Jaquan Brisker, yeah. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Chig is really the last difference maker left. Facts. Facts. And I doubt we get him. Man, this draft got me nervous. Just all these free agent moves. Hey, man. I wish I could talk you off the ledge, but I'm right there with you right now. Hopefully we do something else. Hopefully we do something else. Oh, what's up, Chris? What's up, gang? Yeah, Chris. Yeah, now that I know it's you, Chris. Yeah, I definitely think we draft a wide receiver, Chris. I just told my brother that today. Because striking out on Alec Pierce, and if it's true that he is the $30 million, or we did offer $30 million, and he was that guy, and Adam Peters thought that he was that guy, I don't think he's just going to be willing to not improve or marginally improve with guys that don't give you what Alec Pierce can give you. Now, if you don't draft a wide receiver, go trade Brian Thomas Jr., like I said earlier in this stream. Whether it be 71, whether it be next year's second, you pair Jayden Daniels with a guy he's comfortable with from college, two guys that are still on the same length of, they're both at the same length of the duration of their rookie contract. Brian Thomas is younger than Jayden Daniels, damn near about 2 years. So he fits the timeline perfect. Yeah. Gives you the stretch the field capability that Alec Pierce gives you. I think he's a better overall receiver, all-around receiver than Alec Pierce. Yeah. Alexander Wilson. I wanted Rueben Bain prior to us bringing in Daronte Jones. I just don't know how Rueben Bain's going to fit in this defense. A one gap and 3-4 base defense. What are you telling me that? And I'm not asking you, Alexander White. These are just the questions that I ask myself. Are you telling me that Rueben Bain is a 3-4 stand-up outside linebacker? Don't trust him in space. Are you telling me that he's a 3-4 interior end? Don't want that at 270 pounds, 6'2", with the shortest arms in history for an edge. And then, like, where you going to put him? He's not a fucking nose guard. My thoughts exactly. He wants a wide receiver. He will get one. I think it's the draft. $30 million. No, $30 million for Alex Pierce is insane. And we had talked about at the beginning of the stream how this market is, and I appreciate the super, Chris. We had talked about at the beginning of this stream how the market is super juiced. Like, a lot of people talking about how we overpay for Odafe Oweh. I'm not saying that we did it, but we got to understand that was going to be the price. Yesterday's price wasn't today's price, right? So that was going to be the price once the Panthers messed up the market by giving Jalen Phillips $30 million a year off of a 5-sack season. Odafe Oweh, if you're just looking in terms of sacks and pressures, technically outperformed and outproduced Jalen Phillips last year. And he's had an Achilles injury in his career. Now, as I've mentioned, yeah, Odafe Oweh's value prior to him coming to the Los Angeles Chargers was in the pits. He got traded for a 7th-round pick. Like, that was a hair nigga damn ass trade. But he did rebuild his value once he got the Chargers. And that's something that you want to see, a guy that can potentially be on the ascent, even if I'm skeptical of guys breaking out at 27, 28, and 29 years old. And that's what I'm saying, Alexander. So where we going to put him? We running a 3-4. Where we going to put him? As a DN? A hand in the dirt, 3-4 DN? 3-4 DNs, they range around like 6'4" to 6'6", and they're like 300 to 330 pounds. Like, Chris Jones started his career as a 3-4 DN. Those are the body types for 3-4 DNs. Justin Smith from the San Francisco 49ers type. That puts Louisville back in his more comfortable position. I think Louisville's going to be a chess piece this year. Because what is Louisville's most comfortable position? Dan Quinn, at the end of last season, he called Frankie Louisville out, and while he talked about how Frankie Louisville was a hell of a player, he called him out for not being able to do simple linebacker things. Y'all remember that press conference when he was just like, dude's got to be able to read gaps, shoot the gaps, and stuff like that? That's simple linebacker play. So are you telling me that Frankie Louisville's an off-ball linebacker? I think, and that's one of the reasons why Daronte Jones talked about and singled out Frankie Louvu in his introductory press conference. I think that Frankie Louvu is going to be a guy that's going to line up in the middle linebacker position. I'm not saying that he's going to play middle linebacker, but he's going to line up mugged up over the center in some fronts. He's going to line up off the ball on the edge sometimes and drop back into coverage, and shadow blitz and things of that nature. But yeah, what is Frankie Louvu's natural position? I think that's what he's going to be, more of like a defensive chess piece for us. Need Dobbs. He looked so off last year. Are we moving? Yes, we are. Yes, well, it hasn't been confirmed, but if Daronte Jones is bringing a lot of the Brian Flores principles, we will be running a 3-4, and the Minnesota Vikings stayed in their base defense more than any other team in the 2025 season. That's another reason why we need a strong nickel. And are you telling me that Amik Roberson is that guy? I don't know. Amik Roberson at 5'8" on the inside and Mikey Sanders still at 5'9" on the outside. Just throw that bitch up, bro. We about to see our DBs on You Got Malls every fucking Monday. Bruh. Let AP cook though. Fireworks. We got 600 watching the stream. I appreciate all of y'all spending y'all Monday night, y'all Monday evening with us over here, Bleeding BNG. Is there anything that I haven't touched on? We touched on the Amik Roberson signing. We touched on the Marcus Mariota signing. Laremy Tunsil re-signed today. That's probably the best move that was made. That was the best player that was re-brought back in for sure. $30 million average annual value. Like I had said in the mock off-season episode, like I said in videos on my channel prior to today, the Laremy Tunsil situation was never going to play out like the Terry McLaurin contract saga. Because if you're honest with yourself and put it in simple layman terms, it's as simple as this. Laremy Tunsil is a better left tackle than Terry McLaurin is a wide receiver. It's just that simple. If you're ranking left tackles, Laremy Tunsil is going to be higher on that list than Terry McLaurin is going to be on the wide receiver list. While I love Terry McLaurin as much as y'all, I ain't going to say as much as y'all do because some of y'all are unrealistic and glazed around to the point of no return. But I do love Terry McLaurin. We also have to acknowledge, outside of it just being that simple, Adam Peters bought Laremy Tunsil to the Washington Commanders. That wasn't the case with Terry McLaurin. He inherited Terry McLaurin. That's why the Laremy Tunsil contract saga was never going to play out and be dragged into training camp like the Terry McLaurin one. I know Terry probably mad as shit in the corner somewhere. Definitely need more than Louvu and McGinn to sell out. Both were still unaware in space, but we're attacking it. We are not here for Jeremy Chin slander. We could just say that Frankie Louvu is a bad tackler without slandering Jeremy Chin's name. You know, I'm the president of the Jeremy Chin fan club. Jeremy Chin was better than any safety that was on this roster this year. I will say that. And that's that. Definitely some elves in the secondary, Steven. Some Smurfs. Some little people. Love of Jordan Tyson at 7. Well, if you watched my big board post-combine for my favorite picks at 7 for the Washington Commanders, you know our answer. But if you didn't, matter of fact, go watch that video. All views matter. Go watch that video. Go check out my big board post-combine for the Washington Commanders. And that'll tell you. Jeremy Chin had a bigger head than any safety on the roster. That's it. So I'm guessing that Quan Martin and the 4 games from Will Harris was better than what Jeremy Chin gave us last year. I'm guessing that's what you're saying, DP unit. But we don't know ball. That's what you said. Our secondary isn't horrible. We have Anderson now and Meek. I think it's an upgrade from last year. That's a low bar. I ain't saying you wrong, but that's a low bar. The safety play last year was awful. It looks like they were hungover in games. Facts. Facts. I know. I knew what you meant, bro. If you watch the tape, Tyson, fact, it's not close at all. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you tapped into I don't know if you been tapped into Bleeding B and G for real. JC, where is that? Where is that? No. Oh my God. What is that? Oh my God. Oh yeah, there you go. Wide receiver 1, Jordan Tyson, and it ain't really close either. Wide receiver 1, Jordan Tyson, and it ain't really close either. You see it. So you preaching to the choir, twin. Bro, Chin got ran over in the NFC Championship game against Saquon Barkley. Against Saquon Barkley in the greatest running back season of all time. True. Oh, you in here, FC? Yeah, it ain't close, gang. It ain't close, twin. It ain't close, twin. I don't know which one. Oh, that's UFC right there. It ain't close, twin. Niggas in my mention talking about a Carnell tape. Gabriel Morrison, been watching you for a while, man. Keep up the vids. Love watching your mock draft Mondays and recaps after every week during the season. Bummed out about our free agency, but excited for the draft. I appreciate all your support, Gabe. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate you rocking with the channel. And here's the better fortunes and greater pastures than the 2025 season. I'm excited for the draft as well, but it's hard for me to get that excited when the first 4 hours of free agency was what it was. And I'm not even about to just say the first 4 hours because it's not like, oh man, we just signed Odafe Owe and everything's okay. It's not. I guess he's the fireworks though. Somebody said we should have known that they was lying because fireworks not even allowed in Maryland, and that was the truest shit I've ever seen in my life. Because guess what? They still play in Maryland until 2030. Man, I appreciate y'all spending y'all Monday night, Monday evening with us over here at Bleeding Me and G. I'm about to head out. Free agency frenzy day 1 recap. Might do a free agency frenzy day 2 recap, depending on what we do. But I'm not tomorrow. But I'm not holding my breath. I am not holding my breath. Because if I do fucking around with AP, I might die. Are we looking for a 6-7 tight end? I don't know. Why you say that? Is it because most of our guys like 6'6", 6'7"? I don't think Ben Simmons there. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button before y'all head out. And yeah, I might check in on you tomorrow. If it's Devin Lloyd or it's somebody worthy for us to stream about tomorrow that we re-signed, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side.